If you hold on to someone God didn't want for you, you risk losing what He really intended for you. Attachment to what does not belong to you. Take a good look at your life. Maybe there's something you're holding on to, but it doesn't belong to you. A person, a relationship, a dream, a hope, but which deep down no longer brings you anything. Why refuse to lose a prize? Why are you so afraid that Allah will choose for you? If you knew how much Allah loves you, you would have already entrusted everything to Him. You wouldn't be afraid to wait. You wouldn't be afraid to let go of what shouldn't stay. Everything you leave for Allah will come better, and this is the greatest truth. You will never leave something for Allah unless He gives you something better in return, reported by Amr. But you still need to have the courage to leave what is not meant for you. Look closely. You may be grieving the loss of something which was actually preventing you from achieving something better. You think you gave everything for one person when Allah wanted to give you someone 1,000 times better. But to receive, you must first learn to let go. 3 things to do now. You may be wondering, how can I return to Him? How do I feel this connection? How do I replace this emptiness with His light? Start with 3 simple things. Make dhikr every day. No matter where you are, no matter your condition, remember His name, because every time you mention Allah, it's as if your soul is reminded where it should go. Speak to Allah as one trusting. You hide your pain from Him, even though He already knows everything. You try to be strong in front of others, while Allah loves hearts that return to Him broken. Open your heart to Him. Tell Him everything. He listens to you even when no one else does. Pray with sincerity and patience. Allah never forgets a single tear shed in His name. He never ignores a single invocation made with a sincere heart. You may feel like He is far away, but in reality, He's always been there. Do not despair of Allah's mercy. Surah Az-Zumar 39:53. I'm waiting for you. Return to Him before looking elsewhere. 4. Allah has already planned for you. But why do you still doubt, wondering when this person will come? How many times have you looked around you and seen others moving forward, getting married, building, while you are still waiting? How many times have you felt this pain in your heart when seeing happy couples, sincere friendships, strong bonds, and you always feel alone? But have you forgotten who is writing your story? Allah never makes a mistake. If this person is not yet part of your life, it is not an oversight. It's not a delay. It's not a punishment. It's a preparation, because Allah gives when the time is right, not too soon, so you don't ruin His blessing, not too late so that your patience doesn't turn into despair, just at the right time. When you are ready, when the other person is ready, when the puzzle of your destinies is perfectly aligned. Everything you lost was not meant for you. You may have experienced broken friendships, relationships that fell apart, people you loved who ended up leaving, and in your pain, you asked yourself, why did Allah take this from me? But what if I told you it was protection? Allah removes what doesn't suit you, even if you think it was good for you, even if you put all your heart into it. Even if you believed this person was the one. He sees what you don't see. He knows hearts better than we do. He knows when someone has ended up blessing you, drawing you away from Him, consuming your energy instead of elevating it. So He takes it off, but you cry, even though Allah may have just saved you from a future that you could not have tolerated. And what is written for you already belongs to you. Don't let the world make you believe that you are incomplete. Don't let peer pressure, societal norms, or anxiety about the future lead you to believe that you are behind. Allah keeps what really belongs to you. No one can steal what Allah has written for you. No hardship, no expectation, no distance can erase what is meant to be yours. Your future husband, your future sincere friend, your future support. If Allah has decreed it, created it for you, He will bring it to you at the perfect time. There is no coincidence. There is no forgetting. There are no broken destinies, only destinies that follow their intended path. So wait with peace of mind. Stay connected to the one writing your story. Do not seek love until you have found your peace with Allah. Don't run after people until you run to the one who is always there for you. Allah is with his servant as long as he calls on him, reported by Muslim. And if he is with you, what else do you fear? Your heart longs for someone, but above all, he aspires to Allah. Make him your refuge, and he will bring you what you really need when you need it most. If this message touches you, share it. Someone else needs to hear it today. Are you feeling alone, as if no one understands your pain, your struggle? There are nights when the soul cries in silence, where prayers are heavy with unanswered questions, where the heart sighs while waiting for a sign. But listen to this. Allah knows. He knows how you feel. He knows what you need. But what if this waiting, this loneliness, was part of his plan? There is a Quranic verse, and whoever puts his trust in Allah, he is sufficient for him. One solitude that makes sense. There are nights when the silence becomes deafening. Do you know this feeling? That moment when everything becomes too quiet, when the walls of your room seem to refer to you, where loneliness becomes almost tangible, like an invisible presence that reminds you that you are alone. Maybe you prayed a long time. Maybe you provided in secret. A tear fell without you even realizing it. Maybe you woke up in the middle of the night with this weight on your chest, this question hanging in the air. Why am I always alone? You look around you and everything seems frozen. People find love, build their lives, move forward while you are still waiting. This weight is heavy. It weighs on your faith, on your heart, on your thoughts. But what if this solitude had a meaning? What if it wasn't a void, but a construction? What if it wasn't abandonment, but preparation? Everything is a question of perspective. You see, the problem is not your loneliness. The problem is what you do with it. You perceive this solitude as a lack, a punishment, proof that Allah has forgotten you. But what you don't realize is that Allah may be speaking to you through it. Man fears being alone. He constantly seeks to fill his void with the presence of others. But maybe Allah wants you to learn to be whole before you are with anyone else. When Allah wants to purify a soul, He isolates it. This is a truth that few people understand. Look around you. In every story of transformation, there is a moment of loneliness. It is in isolation that the purest hearts are formed. The prophets experienced solitude before the light. Great scholars experienced periods of inner desert before attaining wisdom. The strongest souls have gone through nights of waiting before being blessed. You think you're alone, but in reality, you are in a divine school. What if this solitude was an invitation to stop looking outside for what must first exist within you? An invitation to rebuild yourself, to know yourself, to heal the wounds that no one sees. An invitation to become the person you are meant to be, to welcome what you really expect. Because the truth is, many people want to be loved, but very few are willing to be people who can love. Your loneliness is not a condemnation. It's a process, a challenge certainly, but behind every challenge there is a hidden treasure. The danger of going faster than Allah's plan. Look around you. How many broken hearts, how many silent tears, how many regrets. You may think your pain comes from your loneliness, but in reality, real suffering often comes from misplaced haste. How many loved too quickly and ended up destroyed? How many have entrusted their heart to someone who didn't know how to take care of it? How many have forced a relationship and ended up begging Allah to free them from it? Haste is an illusion of lack. It's the fear that whispers to you that if you don't catch this person now, you'll never find anything better. It is doubt that pushes you to grab what is at hand without even wondering if this is what Allah really wanted for you. But look carefully. How many people have thrown themselves into relationships, friendships, and commitments without consulting Allah? And how many, after having lost everything, pray to Allah to repair what they themselves broke? You think you lack love, so you run after people who don't even know how to love you. You think you need a presence, so you attach yourself to souls who are not meant to accompany you. You confuse the need to be loved with the fear of being alone. But Allah never created you to repair love, friendship, or company that can't be hunted. Look at nature. A flower does not run after the bee. She flourishes, and the bee comes to her naturally. Why? Because what is natural cannot be forced. What is written by Allah is in no hurry. You need to understand this. Sincere love does not come from fear, but from patience. Real friendship is not born from anguish, but from serenity. Valuable companionship does not come in haste, but in constancy. If you force something, you will pay the price later. How many have rushed into a relationship they thought was perfect, only to discover too late that it was a trap? How many thought they had found their soulmate, only to end up locked in a cage of misunderstanding and pain? Love is not a market where you negotiate. Friendship is not a game you throw yourself into without thinking.